channel. Hello. Elden Ring, everybody and their grandmama is talking about Elden Ring. But how do I feel about it? Do I think it's overhyped? Do I think that hardcore Souls fans talking about Elden Ring in an over-complex way is ruining the game for everybody else who just wants to play the damn game? Is it worth the hype? Or is it too easy? How dare I ask if a Souls game is too easy? Now, I've played Demon Souls and I've played Dark Souls. However, I am no means a professional Souls player, but I have lived and bled and raged through the pain of both games. The fact that I tried means I can and I will give my opinion. Now, if you're just watching to hear my opinion and know nothing about Souls games, I'm just gonna give you a quick recap of the Souls games, Elden Ring, Noob Edition. The games are pretty much different from each other, meaning you don't have to play Dark Souls or Demon Souls to play either or Elden Ring. But if you have played other games, it will mean that you are probably better at this one, which is great because I'm finding it a lot easier. I picked up skill and knowledge. Great gamer. Basically, if you're new to Souls, there's a certain je ne sais quoi that you have to pick up with each game to be able to play the game effectively and efficiently. Basically, the Souls are action role-playing games with high difficulty, very hard difficulty actually, a lot of difficult combat actually, very sparse checkpoints. You have to really work to get to those checkpoints. Absolute impossible bosses. And also, you can't frigging pause the game. You can't. It's infuriating. And also, and the most annoying thing ever with the game, which actually makes it fun because I like pain, is that you drop your souls, which means you drop your progress. So for instance, if you've grinded for an hour and you drop your progress, which are your souls, and then you get killed, you basically lose all that progress and you have to start afresh and you can't level up because you need your souls to level up. However, that's different in Elden Ring and I'm about to tell you everything, but the previous games have been jarring, as the Londoners say. Londoners, love you. As I was saying, Elden Ring is a teeny bit different and I'm gonna tell you why. So it's a little bit easier. It's also a open world game, which means you can roam freely, and it's great because if you get stuck at a certain part, you don't have to stay at that certain part. You can go to a different part of the game, or you can spend time foraging, leveling up to beat the bosses, or just beat certain annoying enemies that you wouldn't be able to beat normally. So you kind of get free reign of where you're going, where in other Souls games, you have a path, you have to follow it, and if you die, you're dead. Done, no save. As I just said, there is a vast amount of save points, which are basically your saving grace, which makes it a lot easier because you can also level up at these spots, which are just scattered everywhere, and you get to learn where these saving grace spots are. You can also jump, which makes everything so much easier. I don't really want to use the word easy because it's not an easy game, it's friggin' hard. But compared to the other games, it seems a little bit easier. Maybe I'm just better at the game, who knows? I have picked up some tips off some great people, so yeah. Now, am I saying that I enjoy Elden Ring more because it's easier? Possibly. Am I embarrassed? No, because Demon Souls sucked the soul out of my body and left me controlless and mentally scarred. It makes it a little bit more enjoyable where you can stab someone in the back with one swift stab and then explore the beautiful world, the beautiful adventure that it is, without getting your head chopped off every 1.1 second. So yeah, as I was saying, the combat is absolutely thrilling, the world is graphically beautiful, and it's priced at £37 to £40. Now, there are some people arguing that the game is just not good enough for the price. It's shit. It's awful. A AAA game priced at £40 isn't good enough. Shut the front door. We're about to debunk all of the reasons why people think Elden Ring is a bad, terrible game. Now, of course, anybody is entitled to their opinion, and if you think a game is a bad game, then to you the game is a bad game. But sometimes you do need some valid points to justify why the game is a bad game. and you're just not bad at the game. As I said, you are most definitely entitled to your own opinion. But this action-packed, beautiful game that you can spend hours playing is priced at so little compared to most AAA games. So in terms of value for money, you most definitely get value for money with this game. I'm gonna have to move because ow. Now, to begin with, the conversation that we're all probably sick of hearing is the fact that it's too hard, it's not accessible for disabled people, and it doesn't have an easy mode. This beautiful human being here said, Elden Ring is so bad, it should have an easy mode. In this current state, I would say that this game is a bad game because it lacks my preferred mode. I don't know if that's satire, but a lot of people are saying this, so we're gonna dig into this now. The argument that this game is too hard and inaccessible rumbles my jungle. It really pisses me off. I have got a very short attention span. I've got ADHD along with 2 other hidden disabilities that we will not go into that may or may not affect my capacity to do certain things in life. I know Souls games aren't easy, but this ain't Mario, and it's literally meant to be a hard game. Difficult does not mean inaccessible, okay? I'm considered disabled on paper, and it offends me when people tell me that I can't do things or that I won't do things. I've been told this throughout my entire life, and it pisses me off when people are saying it with this game. It's like saying if you lack capacity that you can't enjoy this game and you can't learn to play it. It may take me a little bit longer to learn, or I may hyper-focus and be able to smash the game, you know? I can't, I'm shit. But it's offensive towards people with disabilities when you're there saying it's inaccessible because it hasn't got an easy mode. Literally, you just have to learn and build on it, you know? It irks me, and it's a really lazy take just to be like, it's too hard. The game isn't for you, like relax, eat a burger, eat a veggie burger, eat some vegan chips, chill out, sit down, have a little nap. It's meant to be hard. That's the literal point of the game, along with the fun and the joyous moments of the game. It's meant to be a difficult game. And they have actually made it a little more accessible, hence why I like it more, because if I freak the hell out because I'm stuck at a certain part and like my little ADHD mind is like, I can't do this, I can go to another thing and get lost in the world and just get lost in different parts of the world as it is an open world RPG. The argument's dumb. Annoys me. For tips for people who do think the game is too hard or is hard, as again, I think the game is a hard game, the best thing to do is just not panic, roll, stab in the back when you can, dodge, and just chill out, because panic is what kills you in the game. I actually learned that tip today. I watched someone play it, and I was like, how are you doing that? How are you not freaking out? And they were like, just literally, you need to just calm down and don't panic, because you'll get to a boss and you'll be panicking, and that's what will kill you. I think that's a general tip for the whole shh. So annoying. Shh. You hear that? Hope not. But yeah, literally, tip for life is don't panic, because that will be your worst enemy. Panic is a killer. Okay, so the next thing people are complaining about, people love to complain, is the character customization of Elden Ring. Now, you are entitled to your own opinion. If you think it's shoddy, if you think it's bad, if you think it's not porcelain, if you think it's not shiny, and that's fine. However, it's not meant to look like Final Fantasy, you know? Elden Ring has its own style, and that's that. If you don't like it, I get it. However, I did really think that it was absolutely ridiculously detailed, and I could have spent like 3 hours designing my character. Are the characters made to be pretty? No. There is one thing that I was complaining about on stream with the character customization, and it's got all the different skin colors, from green to light brown to medium brown to pale to white to yellow to orange to pink. It's got all sorts of body types, but it doesn't allow you to have a smaller waist than your legs. And obviously, as an avid gym goer, that offends me. No, I'm joking. As someone that goes to the gym, I was a bit put off by that, because I was like, wait, why can't her bottom half be bigger than her top half. Like, it's a normal thing to have in life. Like, it happens naturally and gymmily. So yeah, that was a bit weird. But in general, I wouldn't compare the character customizations in Souls games to like Story of Seasons, Dream Factory, The Sims, Final Fantasy, or any games like that. And I sound like a bit like, it's really detailed and they've put so much effort into it. It's kind of like, bro, what do you freaking want? Do you want their blood? Are you a vampire now? Like the rest of the humans, you know? What do you want? Ridiculous. Anyway. So we've gone through the difficulty, we've gone through the shoddy character design, the inaccessibility. Now we're going to touch on how it runs. Now, a lot of people who play PC have said that the game drops to 20 frames per second to 30. I have watched people play it and on PC and it's run really smoothly. And I've watched people play it and it's had frame drops within a couple of hours on the PC. However, on the PlayStation, it runs really fine. There was mixed reviews on PC, but I can completely understand if you buy a game like Cyberpower and it doesn't run, because with a Souls game, if you're trying to beat a boss and you have a little drop, a frame rate issue, some instability, then it's going to be an issue, because one little thing to throw you off in this game is going to ruin your whole gaming experience, especially when you put hours into it. So for me, it not working on people's PCs is definitely reason to be angry and upset. And if it was me, I would wait until you get the upgrade. Recently playing Pokemon, I've put like 50 hours into Pokemon, and there were glitches throughout the whole thing for the first like 10 hours. And obviously I waited for the update and it was a really fun experience. It's kind of sad that sometimes a game comes out and it's not perfect for the console, and I get it because you've put your hard money into buying it, 100% understand. So for me, it's a valid reason. If it's not working on your PC, then it's infuriating. But from what I've seen and what I've heard, it's kind of like 50-50 with PC. A lot of people are having an amazing experience and other people are having a lot of frame drops. So I can't comment on that. On the PlayStation 5 though, it's freaking amazing. It's beautiful. I love it. I went on holiday and I was just thinking about Elden Ring. I'm so sad. Fine. Okay, the next thing. We are going to take it to the floor to discuss this. The storyline being lazy. There are a few complaints that the storyline is empty and you're just completely thrown into the game without any guidance or any help. Well, to debunk this, you've got a whole tutorial, yes, which you can die in because it's meant to be hard, that will take you through the game and teach you how to hit different enemies, how to navigate around the game. And I thought that was really helpful for me, especially after having so much time off Demon's Souls. It kind of got me into the game. So with that, I actually call BS. I just think that's just a lame excuse not to play the game. The storyline being empty. Now, I can see how a lot of people may think that the storyline is empty, because you get your little cutscene and then it might take you 6 hours to 20 hours to get to the next cutscene, depending on how you play. For this RPG, it's a game where you literally have to forage, you have to go through the adventure, you have to put that time in to get each part of the story. It's not a bam bam thank you ma'am short storybook. It's a full-blown chunky little it's a Lord of the Rings type big chunky brother. It's big, it's powerful, it's Whoopi Burger type big. So for that reason, you have to really work hard to get each storyline. So if you're like waiting for the story, like when's the next cutscene? You're gonna be waiting a long time, but it's rewarding because all of that build up for that story is work that you've put in. So for me, it's just a classic grind of an RPG, and the storyline, it is there, but you just have to play and search for it. So if you're new to Souls games, just wait. And again, I'm not a professional. I'm like, if you're new to Souls games, I'm new to Souls games. And I'm waiting. Do you know how hard it is for me to wait for anything? It's difficult. Okay, so my overall opinion, do I think the game is overrated? Do I think that people are overhyping the game? And what do I think of the game overall? Is it a bad game? No, not at all. Is it the best game I've ever played in my life? Definitely not. Truthfully, it's not the best game that I've played in my life. I've not even finished it yet, so I can't really give that. However, it may not be the best game that I've ever played. It may not be the greatest game of all time. However, it is definitely the best game in its genre. The price point of the game is perfect. It's graphically beautiful, and the architecture of the game, don't get me started. I get completely lost in this game every time that I play it. It's a whole experience. Basically a full game, a full open world RPG experience is what you're gonna get out of this. It's definitely not an empty game. Like when I played Cyberpunk for the first time, it's when I fully felt loneliness. I felt horrible. I was like, where are the people? Where are the things? With Elden Ring, you jump straight in. There's everything everywhere. It runs really well. And the most important thing about this game is that I'm enjoying it. Like, there is an overwhelming amount of people who are very braggy when it comes to Souls games, and it can ruin it. It can ruin it when you jump online and there's someone speaking a different language, game with tongues, I like to call it, with this game. And there's a certain part of people who fit into that and who make you feel like, I don't want to play this game. It's got a bit of a cult following. It's got a bit of a gatekeepery thing. And if someone doesn't like it, their reasons are shut down a lot. And I think for me, if the game doesn't run well, cool. If you don't like the game because you don't like the game, awesome. But if you're saying the game is a bad game, I call BS, because there are so many aspects to a good game that makes a game a good game, and this ticks all the boxes. Personally, I love it, but if I hated it, I wouldn't call it a bad game because I was bad at the game or because I hated it. I feel like because the game has been overhyped a lot, people have picked it up and they've expected a pot of gold to jump out of their screens into their hands. They've expected a warm embrace from the love of their life whilst playing it, because of people overhyping it and because of like the die-hard Souls fans. And that's just not it. It's a freaking game. You either like it or you don't. There's no need to be bickering and punching people in the face online, keyboard warring over it. Just play it, enjoy it. I hope you've enjoyed my little, I don't know what this was, you know? Was it a debunk? Was it a review? What was it? I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Next week there'll be a vlog, Q&A, try on haul, one of the two. But yeah, Elden Ring, friggin' good game. And I'm bad at games. So yeah, let's rein it in, it's like bugs. Oh, lovely.